What's your 9/11 story? I have a few. I remember sitting in traffic in my car. It was bumper to bumper traffic in South Minneapolis. I was on my way to a conference just south of the seminary. I had just recently gotten back from my internship in Connecticut. I had just been in the Twin Towers only a couple of weeks before. But I remember it switching over from the fun radio program I was listening to serious news right after the second plane hit. And I just wondered what was happening. I felt lost and confused. I was in shock. I was scared. I remember looking around at the other cars around me, and the people's expressions were similar to mine. They were all alone in their car, just on their commute to work. And yet, somehow we were all there in that same place together. I remember coming home from the conference that day. It was the first time I had seen American flags like this one behind me, just draped over the highways, on the viaducts. I remember the silence, because we used to be kind of in the flight pattern of the airport close by at the seminary, and how quiet the sky seemed. I remember my friends had a baby a few months later, and people were still lost and confused, even though we, for at least a time, felt a little bit more unified. And I remember holding her and just wondering, what kind of a world are you going to grow up in? Well, it's been 15 years. 15 long years. People are still lost and confused and angry and afraid. And yet, the story that we will hear this weekend is of the lost being found, of the 99 being left to seek out that one, of the coin that is found after being misplaced and great celebrations ensuing. It's a story of good news and hope for all of us in this emotional time, to remember not only our own stories and what we can share and reflect on from this very monumental moment in a lot of our lives, and also thinking about those who have been lost then and since, but also in how we can tell this story of hope in a world that is still just as lost, just as confused, and just as angry. For the good news is that one sinner who repents, one who is lost and is found, one person that's worth celebrating. Keep looking. Peace.